Welcome to The Creative Influencer, where we discuss all things creative with an emphasis on influencers. The Creative Influencer is hosted by John Pfeiffer. John is an entertainment attorney in Santa Monica, California, who represents influencers and other creatives.
This is episode 6 of the third season of the Creative Influencer podcast. Today we interview Serena. Sydney is a YouTuber and influencer with over 2 million followers. Sydney shares her extraordinary journey of moving from Minnesota to Los Angeles to pursue her dreams. She tells us about her growth and vision for the future, and at the end, makes a big personal announcement. Stay tuned, this was fun. I am joined today by Serena. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I'm going to set the scene.
Okay.
You have over almost 2 million YouTube subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
And over 280 million views.
Oh, I didn't know it was that much now.
I checked last night.
Oh, wow. Yep, that's it.
You have over 600,000 Instagram followers. And you're nodding your head, yes.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you about 3 main topics. First, the incredible growth in your YouTube channel. 2, your move to Los Angeles because you're not from here originally.
Right.
And then your creative process in general. So I'll start with, where are you from originally?
Okay, so originally I'm from Minnesota. I actually grew up there in the same house my whole life for 18 years. And a year and a half ago, I moved to LA. And it was such a scary decision for me because I had grown up like in the same house my whole life.
How big was the town?
60,000 people. So, I mean, obviously smaller than LA.
Right.
So it's definitely a culture shock being here. But yeah, it was definitely a crazy move. And I'm glad I did it though. It definitely has shifted.
Had you been to LA before?
I had been to LA only maybe 2 or 3 times before I moved here. And at first I couldn't really see it as a home to me because it's so just different from what I know.
From Minnesota, really?
Yeah, surprisingly. It's just, it's a whole different way of life out here. Everyone's so fast paced and, it's
and we don't get snow.
No, and there's no snow. Kind of nice, kind of not nice. But yeah, so I moved to LA. And I've been here for about a year.
So I want to come back to that because I want to take
a
new person's view of Los Angeles and what you would expect. We'll come back. Okay. I saw that you were a gymnast for 10 years.
Yes. Wow, yes. I'm impressed.
Told you I did a deep dive.
You did? Yes, I was.
When did you start and why did you stop?
So I started, it actually has a relation to my YouTube. So I started when I was super young, 3 years old. And I did it for, maybe even a little over 10 years. Quit when I was around 13, 14, maybe even a little older than that, because I was just getting hurt all the time. So essentially, when you excel in levels, you obviously excel in skill as well. So as I was excelling, I was being pushed back because of my injuries. So I just couldn't do it anymore because of that. And that's kind of when I started, when I had to quit, even though I didn't want to, and I was super sad about it. That's when I started honing in on social media, actually, because I had more time for it. And that's when I started my whole...
I have a gymnastics question for you.
Yes.
How tall are you?
5'3".
Is that the average height? I mean, are gymnasts generally tiny?
Yes. Some are tall too, but I feel like it's almost easier to be short.
Yeah, there's less to fall.
With gymnastics. Yeah, I don't know. For me, I don't know. I've never been tall, so I don't know. But yeah, I feel like most gymnasts are short.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the few I've known have been petite.
Yeah, I would say in general, most of them are shorter.
You joined YouTube on July 5th, 2014.
The day after my birthday.
Your birthday.
Yes.
I was going to ask you about... So you had just turned 15.
Yes.
And the next day you joined YouTube. What prompted you to join YouTube?
I asked for a laptop on my birthday the day before, and I got it that day. So I was so excited that I set up my channel that next day, and literally I started right away.
So that was something you planned to do?
Yes, I planned to do it for months before. I had been wanting I asked for a camera, I asked for lights, a laptop, and I ended up getting some of it. and I had planned it so diligently that I wanted to do it. Like, I was so excited. So yeah. That makes sense.
And then why did you want to join? What prompted you to want to join?
For me, it was just seeing other YouTubers. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with Bethany Moda, Makeup by Mandy24. She was my Amanda Steele now. Those were, like, my idols at the time. And just seeing them make videos, and I watched all of their videos, I just kind of wanted to start making my own, you know.
Before you started, how many minutes or hours a day did you watch YouTube videos?
Oh, gosh, that's specific. A lot. Especially because when you're younger, you have more time on your hands. You don't have responsibilities, you know?
Right.
Probably, I don't even want to know. Many hours. In the summer, especially.
When you weren't in
school. A couple hours a day, maybe. Yeah. I don't have as much time now.
How about now?
But now I feel like I look at it differently. Obviously, some of it is for fun. Like, I just like to watch it. But some of it, when I watch YouTube, I do it, like, from a business standpoint. I'm like, oh, let me think of video ideas. Or, oh, I see this trend going around. Let me, like, study the trend and see how I could put my own spin on it and, like, change it for my own channel. So I kind of look at it from, like, a business standpoint now. But, yeah, obviously I do it for my own enjoyment.
So what were your first videos?
My first videos. Well, my channel wasn't always called Serena.
What was it originally?
Beauty by Sid.
Okay.
So that was my original name, and I did a lot more beauty, and that was pretty much it. A lot of, like, sit-down videos. And yeah, it was definitely more specific to makeup. And then as time went on, I went to, like, a more comedy sketch route, and then kind of realized that wasn't for me long term. And then now I'm more lifestyle, I would say. That kind of.
Have you ever taken videos down?
Well, that's a good question. Have I? Not that I can recall. No. There's a couple I want to take down, but I probably should. They're a little embarrassing that I'm looking back, but I feel like that's kind of the fun of it, is, like, seeing yourself grow up online. And
right.
even the embarrassing ones, I'm like, oh gosh, I would not post that now. Like, even though I did a couple years ago, it's like, whatever. That's just who I was when I was.
When you're 15 versus,
right.
There's a big 5-year difference.
Right, exactly. And, like, seeing the growth over time, you know, it's cool.
So what are some of your long-term goals for the channel?
My long-term goals, I think for me, it's about, so my channel is about my life and my life in general. So no matter what I'm doing. So no matter what stage I am in life, I want to continue my channel and kind of take my audience along with me through those life changes. So it honestly just depends, you know, on what I do, and, you know, some
where
things
your life goes.
Yeah. Some things that I have planned, and yeah, kind of just growing up with my audience. And I'd love to do more acting. I mean, that's, you know, kind of related, but love to do more acting and, yeah, just explore new avenues.
Because your first vlog was September 5, 2015.
Okay.
It was a family dinner, and then you went to Target.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh! Wow, you really went back. Yes.
Oh, the best ones are the first ones.
I know. Like,
I mean, in the sense of getting to know who that person really is.
Yeah. Man, I feel like I'm a different person now. Totally. I mean, I'm the same me, but it's
because now go full circle. One of your first videos after you came to Los Angeles was you going to Target.
Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised. I always
because you were looking at the escalators for the carts.
Yeah, wow, I'm impressed you really did your homework. Yeah, I'm obsessed with Target. It's kind of a problem. But
okay, so back to your YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. So in January of 2017, you hit 10,000 subscribers.
Was it really in 2017?
2017.
Wow, I don't know.
By July 2017, you had 100,000 subscribers.
Okay.
Do you know what? That's only 6 months. What did you do that it started growing so fast?
So this was the time when I started online school during high school, because I chose to do that. So I had a lot more time on my hands, and I gave my all to my channel. So I didn't do dance anymore. I did dance for a little bit. I was very much focused on my channel. So I studied, you know, YouTube a lot, and I just loved watching it. That was when I started to get into more of the skits phase. I know that that's a big market, and, like, a lot of people love that. And at the time, I did like those videos. I liked the comedy and stuff. Now, for me personally, that's not what I, like, enjoy watching, so I don't do that stuff anymore. But I think that those videos just do very well. They get tons of views. Those skits, those like pranks or things like that, they just are very marketable to young
people.
Young people, for sure. So those definitely, although I don't do them now, they're a big part of, I think, what took off my career, I guess you could say.
And then that was July of 2017. By February of 2018, you had 500,000 subscribers. So you'd grown it by fivefold. Was it the same kind of growth in the sense of how you did it?
Yeah, same thing. I think the thing is, though, is that at first, once you kind of figure out what you want to do with your channel and like how, like your demographic, who you're trying to reach, the types of things that you like to make, types of content you like to watch, and you figure it out, you may be doing the right thing. You may like be making the right content that is marketable, but it just takes time to get there. So I think for me, just, you just need time and over. Yeah.
Which now I want to shift gears a second and ask you about your target audience.
My target, like my demographic.
Yeah, what is the demographic you're after?
Well, I would say any teen girl, like from 13. I mean, even younger. I have younger too, 13 to like even 20. I have my demographic technically in my analytics is women age 18 to 24. So it's actually younger than I thought. It used to be that younger, 13 to 18. But once I kind of stopped doing those skit videos as much, that's when the age demographic went up. Which, by the way, I just want to say, I feel like it's kind of good to like grow with your audience, because for me, like, I don't want to be doing those skit videos forever. That was more of like the younger.
Well, I know Alicia Marie's talked a lot about, and she calls it aging up.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I was actually I was talking about that. Yeah, aging up. I mean, you just gotta, if you do it organically. I mean, if you switch your content in like a week and it's totally different and it's drastic, that's not going to be sustainable and that's not going to work. Right. It's more of a gradual shift. And, I think as I'm aging too, I'm realizing more about what I do like, what I don't like about content. So it's always changing, but you just don't want to do anything too quick.
As you age.
Yeah, people will fall off if it's too quick.
Okay, so back to the numbers.
Okay. Wow, you really are.
Yeah,
Let's see.
So you hit 1 million subscribers in August of 2018.
Yes.
Were you still doing the same kind of videos? Still growing it the same way?
No. I think by around this time and a little bit prior is when I started to switch my content to be more lifestyle based. And I started to just be more myself on camera. I think for a while when I did those skit videos, it wasn't, not saying that it wasn't me, but I was acting. I was
more of an act.
Yeah, I was an act. I was a different person because it's for these skits. And although like in the intros and stuff and bloopers, it was still me being my silly self. You just couldn't see me as much, like who I really was. So around this time, I started to just show more of me and my personality and do more lifestyle videos so they could see who I really am, like connect with them more.
So do you sing your orders for Starbucks?
Do I sing? No, I don't. No, I definitely don't. That was a one-time thing. That was probably my most embarrassing video ever. That was
funny to watch.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was not fun in the moment, but it was funny after. No, but I don't know. It was fun to be with my friends at least. We laugh about it still.
And then by March of this year, so as of last night.
Okay.
You were just a little bit shy of 2 million subscribers.
Okay, yeah.
So it's continuing to grow.
Right.
Where do you think it's going to go?
I think it's going to continue to mature as I age and as I grow. I hope it obviously keeps, going up and people still keep enjoying my content. But I think it's just going to take more of a look at my life, an even deeper look at my life. And I think as I keep growing and keep aging up, I think just involving people, I'm really into authenticity and just people, like I really love seeing just people's lives and the real, both the good and the bad of their lives. So just kind of taking them along with me in my journey. I have some things coming up that I can't really say yet, but I feel like everyone says that. But when I go into this new chapter coming up, that's going to be big.
And you heard it here first.
Yes, heard it here first. Sort of.
Who was the sort of? A tease.
A tease.
A tease.
Yeah.
Who was the first person to encourage you to post videos?
No one really encouraged me. It was really just me. No one really. forced me. But obviously, like, my mom and my dad were very supportive of it. Some people are actually asking me, wow, like, your parents let you do that? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, well, they never let me, or that they might be
better because they were in the very first vlog.
yeah, I know, right? No, some parents, I guess, just don't want their kids, which is understandable. Posting online, I get it. I understand. But I'm grateful that they were open to it, and they were super supportive. My close friends were also very supportive, who I'm still close with. And but yeah, ultimately it was just me. No one really introduced the idea to me. It was just kind of myself.
Have you always been good in front of the camera?
I don't know. I feel like I've always liked to. I was in the plays when I was in middle school. I loved that. I was super into all of that. I was like in The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, and that was my thing. So I do.
What did you play in Beauty and the Beast?
I was like a background character in that, but in Little Mermaid I was Flounder. So that was my favorite thing. But yeah, I would say so. It's always been fun for me.
I want to come back to your move to Los Angeles.
Okay. Yeah, it's a big thing.
How did you break it to your family that you were going to move?
I first talked to my mom about it, and when I told her, obviously, I think any parent is going to be a little hesitant, like, what? You want to move across the country? What are you going to do out there? You know, why? So after talking it through, I mean, we had long conversations many times about it. She understood because at the time, there was really nothing for me in Minnesota in terms of work, in terms of meeting new friends and things, because I wasn't going to be attending college there. So it didn't make sense for me to be there. And yeah, she totally supported me. My dad was a little more hesitant, so supportive, but just, nervous. And
his little girl is going to Los Angeles.
Exactly. He was very scared, and he was very scared for me, and just, he's trying to prepare me for the real world. And I don't think there's any full way to prepare. Like, looking back, you kind of just have to, I mean, obviously you have to be tentative and careful with your decisions, but I think you kind of just have to do it.
Generically, without giving the street address, what part of LA do you live in?
I live in Glendale.
Okay.
So yeah, I like the area. I kind of looked around, and it's safer, it's clean, it was a little more homey compared to, Hollywood.
So before you came out, before you moved out, what did you expect it to be like?
I don't even know what I expected it to be like. Honestly, I can't believe I did it now that I am, like, thinking back. I think I thought about it, and I was like, I'm going to do it, and I made the decision and went with it. I don't know. I think I really didn't know. I really didn't know what it was going to be like. However, once I found Glendale and once I found the apartment complex that I was going to be moving into, and knowing that my friends were pretty close, that I think really gave me security, knowing that I had.
Did you know people here before you came out?
I only knew a couple people, and then I met their mutual friends and things like that, and kind of went from there. So,
there's a video where you let your friends turn you into an LA girl.
Oh, I love that video. Yes.
Before you came to Los Angeles, what did you think an LA girl was?
What did I think an LA girl was? Man, I don't want to be, like, controversial with this.
Well, I mean, there's the stereotypes. Believe me, my family's still in the Midwest. I know what they view.
Oh, they are. They are, yeah. I think an LA girl is someone who...
No, this is what you thought it was. And then I want to ask what
I thought it was.
Yeah,
Man, what did I think it was prior? I think in the Midwest, to compare, I think in the Midwest, people don't focus on their appearance as much, typically. I think here people do. I think that's kind of like the main deciphering thing. And I don't think there's anything wrong with either. Yeah. I'm trying not to be, like, controversial with this, if I'm being honest. I guess.
I can tell you, when I first moved here, the thing that struck me was how much prettier people are, men and women.
Yeah.
Because they take care of themselves more.
I think, yeah. I mean, there's obviously beautiful people everywhere, but I think here people just have so much more of a focus on, like, keeping themselves up and all of that. I mean, of course, people in the Midwest do that too, but yeah.
But there's a lot of hibernation in the winters.
Yeah. I mean, you're right.
It's hard to be as active.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now that you've been here, define an LA girl. Your vision of an LA girl now.
Gosh. Define an LA girl. See, I don't see myself as an LA girl, I guess. Honestly, I would say the same thing. People just care. Here's the thing. I think people come to LA for themselves, for their business, for their work, for whatever it is, for modeling, for acting, whatever it is, it's for them. So I think because of that, there's just so much more emphasis on, okay, well, I got to make sure I'm, ready to go. And they kind of focus on themselves more. So I guess I would still say the same. But of course, there's people here, who don't think like that too,
How hard is it to make friends for somebody that's just moved here?
It depends. It depends if you have friends already. For me, I only knew like a couple of people, but they were very, very helpful and introduced me to their friends. So because of that, pretty easy. If you don't know people though, and you're coming in totally not knowing anyone, definitely going to be harder. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It just depends if you have mutual friends, I'd say.
So you did a video in October of 2018 about moving across country alone at 18.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How did you decide where to live? I mean, did you go around to the different areas, or was it recommendations?
No, it was very apparent to me. I wasn't considering even moving until I thought of LA. There wasn't like a choice in terms of like LA, New York, if that's what you're saying.
Well, I mean, within LA.
Oh, within
because
LA.
There's so many communities in LA.
Yeah, so actually my friend also lives in the area, and she was like, oh, let's come see my apartment complex. Came to it, loved it. That's how I decided. It was honestly because of her. So I'm grateful.
So it was easy.
It was actually easy. I think just having knowing people, and they know the area, they know things, that helps a lot.
While you were moving in,
Mm-hmm.
your merch came out.
Mm-hmm.
The theme is Choose Happy,
Mm-hmm.
or the first theme, because it's changed. Why Choose Happy?
I think for me that was a big thing at that time in my life, and it still is. I've always been like an advocate of trying to stay positive no matter the situation in life, and definitely in high school I had some times where it was hard for me because I did online school and things like that. I felt very isolated, but I just chose to try to see life on the positive side of things, and just me moving to LA at that time was just such a pivotal and exciting moment for me, because it's like, look, like I got through that, difficult time, and I was able to achieve so many things during that time, and look where I am now. It's almost like a reward, I guess, to myself. I don't know.
Because your current line is Dream Chaser.
Right.
Which is kind of the natural follow-on.
Exactly. And kind of goes along with it, kind of not, but yeah, Dream Chaser came about because I was thinking about myself, like what I stand for, and how I'm pretty self-motivated. And Dream Chaser just came to me because, if you look at what I did, I moved from Minnesota to LA and went after my dreams, literally. So I thought that was a really cool, good message to spread.
Okay, going to shift gears on you.
Okay.
We're going to go 73 questions a la Vogue interview.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's not going to be 73, but it's going to be those kind of questions.
Okay. Are they speed questions?
Well, except the Vogue questions, they're all rehearsed. So
oh, yeah.
So it's going to take a little longer just because you haven't had a chance to rehearse this. What question would you most like to know the answer to? See, I told you it was going to take a long.
You hit me with a hard one. What question would I also like to answer to? How, I don't know if this works, but finding something about if we could all find peace together, how we could do that, if the world could just be at peace with each other. If there's an answer to that, yeah.
Favorite food?
Acai bowls.
Least favorite food?
Beets.
Agree with you on that.
Yeah, no.
Do you collect anything?
I used to collect erasers when I was little, but not anymore. I don't collect. No, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
What was your first concert?
Selena. Well, Wiggles, I guess. Really, if we're really being technical. But if I technically won, I would say Selena Gomez. I love her.
Okay. If you had 30 minutes a day to do anything you wanted, what would you do?
Anything I wanted. Probably drive and listen to music in my car. I just love to chill.
What TV channel doesn't exist that should?
Channel?
TV channel like for me, there's ESPN. There's there's every niche channel you want.
I would say if there's something that they could incorporate YouTube online and like have a channel where it's like the reality of being a YouTuber and like follow around different YouTubers.
A reality show of YouTubers. That could be interesting.
Yes, that'd be super cool.
I'll pitch that later.
Okay.
What is your favorite movie?
High School Musical.
What's the last movie that made you cry?
Marley and Me.
If you could star in a movie, who would you choose as your co-star?
My co-star. Ooh. Man. Honestly, depending on the role, I would love to do something with my mom. Because I'm like so close with her. I feel like because we're so like she's like my best friend. That would, I don't think she'd like to be in a movie though. If she did, her.
What makes you laugh?
My friends.
What's your guilty pleasure?
Chocolate, for sure.
How would you describe your own personality?
Bubbly, motivated, and kind.
What is something, the lights just went off. What is something that people / your fans would be surprised to learn about you?
I used to do fencing when I was younger. It's very random. I don't know if a lot of people know that.
Fencing and gymnastics?
I did fencing for a very short period. I don't know. I was obsessed with it for like a little bit. So I guess that.
What's the one talent you wish you had?
I wish I was a really talented dancer. I look up to them so much.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
People that chew with their mouth open. Even though I do that sometimes too.
Well, my next question was going to be, what's the most annoying habit other people have? And that's the same thing.
Kind of goes along, yeah.
Have you ever been starstruck?
I feel like I have, but I know that if I ever met Selena Gomez, that would be my most starstruck moment ever. For sure.
If you had a sash, what would it say?
I'm not sure, but I actually did have a sash when I was younger because I did this thing in my city. It was like a Little Miss. I was Little Miss of my city, so that's all I can think of right now.
So Little Miss.
Little Miss, I guess, yeah.
What's the best compliment you've received?
People that admire my hard work. I think that's really, really nice.
Shifting back now to YouTube.
Okay.
Your YouTube channel says that you love making lifestyle, beauty, and other random fun videos. What's the biggest challenge you face when you're creating content?
Sometimes just coming up with new content that isn't the same. And, not repeating myself. So I think just by me staying up to date on trends and things that are fun and different, like TikTok now, I'm obsessed with TikTok. I love it. So when that came out, I hopped on that right away and I did this whole TikTok video. So
there's this tweet that you had. Why is TikTok so hard?
Yeah, it is hard work. I mean, honestly, I respect it. No, I'm just kidding. But it is fun. But I think just kind of following trends and things.
What has surprised you about the process?
If I were to have gone back like 5 years ago when I started my channel, just realizing how hard it is, how much harder it looks. Because online, when you see a YouTube video done and put together, you're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
but,
you see all the jump cuts and it can't be that hard.
Right, it can't be that hard. But then once you do it, you're like, wow, there's a lot that goes into this. Planning, filming, editing, even more. It's actually, it's quite a process. And I think people don't realize how much work there is behind the scenes.
How long does it take you to create a video?
For filming, it can take between like 2 and 8 hours if it's like it depends on the video, of course. Again, editing can take 7, 8 hours probably for one video.
What's your favorite video?
My favorite video? Man, I
of yours.
have to see my channel. I know. I really loved my 1 million subscriber video because it was such a accomplishment for me, and I was like super excited about that. My favorite.
You're talking the unboxing?
No, it was when I hit 1 million. I did this video celebrating that. Yeah, probably that. I also did that TikTok video. That was so funny with my brother. So that was one of them too.
So when you were back in Minnesota?
Yeah, yeah. I've
jumping into a cup.
Yes. Wow. Yes, you really did your homework. Yep.
Told you.
Yeah.
Tell me about your biggest fail of a video.
Well, I've had to refilm multiple times because of memory card issues. Those are bad. You know, when you film the whole thing and then it gets trashed because of something that I forgot to do, that's the worst. I would say those are the worst fails, for sure.
Can you predict the success of a video?
I think sometimes I'll know, like, oh, this will probably do well. But honestly, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you really don't. It just depends on the video, you know?
Yeah. Have you met a lot of other influencers now that you've been out here?
Yes, for sure. I've actually realized how small the industry is being out here. I'm sure you kind of know. Like how everyone knows everyone. It's crazy. I didn't realize how small it is. Like I feel like everyone's mutual friends or mutually knows everyone.
Yeah, everybody wants to be in everybody else's video.
Yeah, I almost feel like it's another high school. I've like talked to my friends about that. It's like, whoa, like social media, YouTube and stuff is like another high school, and like, you know, everyone knows everyone, but not everyone's friends with everyone, so it's just interesting. Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 is you couldn't care less, and 10 is it really matters. Mm-hmm. How do you take comments?
It fluctuates for me. I think I used to be actually a lot better with comments. I used to just like read it and like brush it off, whatever. But I don't know. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm about a 5. I'm working to get to like a 3, 4 or 3. It just depends on the comment, and I'd be lying if I said, you know, they don't affect me like the negative ones.
Well, the problem is you put in all this effort.
Right.
And then you get a negative comment.
Right.
And have you ever left a negative comment?
No.
Nor have I.
Yeah.
And it astounds me at the number of people that will take the time to log on to leave a negative comment.
Me too. It's like, what are you doing with your? I'm like, what are you doing with your time? If I'm being honest, like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think it's just about realizing that person is obviously not in a good place, and that it's not. They don't know me. You know, they don't really know me. They just know part of me, but they don't know the full me. So they can't even I don't even try to take that into consideration.
When was the first time you were recognized?
I think it was when I was in Minnesota at a mall. Like a smaller mall there. And yeah, that's the craziest thing. Every time still to this day when people come up to me, I'm like, why are you coming up to me? Like what did I do? Like it's so crazy. And I remember my mom was with me one of the first times, and she was even like, what? This is crazy. It's so cool. But they, you know, I feel like when I meet them, like it's kind of crazy. It's like I feel like I know them. And they're always so sweet. So I'm still like starstruck when they come up to me, just as starstruck. I'm like, oh, hi, what's your name? We always talk. It's so fun.
Do you get selfies with them?
Yes. Even on my phone, we take selfies. I'm like, hey, want to take a picture?
What do you think about the concept of influence?
Cool, frightening, and fascinating altogether. I think frightening because it's how you use your platform, you know. I know these young girls and guys who look up to these older influencers. You know, some set a great example, some don't. So, you know, I try to use my platform in a positive light, and you know, on a good influence. Sometimes I think of the parents too, of like the younger kids, and like if I was their parent, well, I would want them to be watching someone who's, you know, clean and good. So it's very cool though nowadays how social media connects everyone. It's so cool.
Have you had an I've made it moment?
I think I've had a few. I don't think I would say quote unquote I made it, because I think I'm always going to continue pushing for bigger things. But I think moving to LA was just super cool, and that whole thing, like me living on my own in my own apartment, like never did I think I would be able to do that or afford that at 18, you know, to do all of those things. I never thought that would be a possibility. So I think when I first like walked into my apartment that first time, I was like, wow, all right, here we go. This is it. Yeah, let's say that.
What advice would you give somebody that wants to start a YouTube channel?
I would say make sure your intentions are in the right place. I think at first a lot of people can be so anxious to go viral or make a ton of money, and that's just not how it works. I mean, it takes years. It took me years to grow. That I was doing it for probably 2 years and didn't grow at all, or very little. So if you start with a passion and you genuinely want to do it, and you genuinely have a topic that you're passionate about, run off with it and work hard at it. It's definitely a lot harder and takes a lot more time than I think most people expect. So going in with that mindset and just trying to be different. I think if you try to emulate someone else, it never works. Never works. You know, everyone always knows, oh, you're trying to emulate this person, or this isn't natural. You can just tell it's forced. Right. So, you know, really highlighting, you know, yourself and your own personality and attributes for sure.
So one last chance to make the announcement of what's coming up.
Oh, what's coming up? Well, when is this being posted?
It's being posted in about 6 weeks.
Oh, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
6 weeks. So when is that? March, April. Well, actually, what day do you know, or what around?
It's always on a Wednesday.
A Wednesday. So like.
It will be
May?
Probably May.
May. Okay, well then yes, I can say.
Oh.
Because this will be up in hopefully April.
Oh, good.
I'm going to college.
Really?
Yes, I'm going to college, and right now I'm still deciding where. Actually, I know we talked about last time Pepperdine. I'm looking at Chapman now too. Have you heard of Chapman?
Yeah, I have. I did a guest lecture there last month.
Okay, wow. Yeah, it's really nice campus. I love it there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still deciding with all that. But yeah, that's my next chapter. That's a huge thing, and
So to start in the fall?
Yeah, fall of 2020. Yep. So I'm gonna get all my announcement videos up and talk about all that, and that's a whole thing. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm super excited.
Last question.
Okay.
Where can people find you on the internet?
My YouTube channel, Sydney Serena, of course. Instagram, Sydney Serena. Do I even want to? TikTok, Sydney Serena. I'm not a great dancer by any means. I would say pretty much. I feel like I'm on a lot of platforms, so those are my main ones.
Thank you very much. It's been great.
Yeah, thanks for having me, John. This was great.
That's it for this time. If you enjoyed our podcast, please write a review on iTunes and tell your friends to subscribe. If you have any questions about influencers or suggestions for future episodes, email them to John at Pfeiffer@pfeifferlaw.com. Thank you for listening.